Oi, oi. Happy Thursday, the 26th of November, 2020. Here, trading the UK horse races as if they're financial markets. So, apologies for not being around yesterday, but this is episode 16. I did have some stuff I had to deal with yesterday, so unfortunately I wasn't able to trade, wasn't able to go live. But these recordings, the plan is basically just to do daily Twitch live streams and then update to YouTube afterwards. So if you are watching this on YouTube and you find it useful, please subscribe and like the video. Feel free to ask any questions as well. Again, I'm not an expert at this. It's just starting out small, first of all. This is a good way to track my progress. It's mainly for me, really, just to vocalize my train of thought. But if other people find it helpful as well, great. So, yeah, well, let me think. So the last time I traded was 2 days ago. At least in terms of recording, that was a losing day. I was able to slightly reduce that loss as well by just trading in the evenings. But yes, I'm just trying to find a balancing point between what to record and what not to. Ideally, really should be recording everything, but especially with the live stream, it can be a bit, if there's half an hour between the races, which there are when it comes to the evening, that isn't as conducive to recording as it is when you've got one every 5 minutes or so. But that's by the by. Let's have a look at what we've got going on at the moment. We've got 65 grand matched, 17 minutes to the off, so still early doors, but there's a decent chunk of money already being matched, and I'm seeing movement in the books, so this has some tradability to it. Certainly what I've found as well is I have had some success. The times where I've traded in the evenings, when there's kind of half an hour, 20 minutes between the races, it's a different type of trade, but it's something I might consider looking into a bit more, just getting in, way before the off, in a 30-minute to between 30 minutes and 15 minutes before the off. But yeah, let's break down what I'm seeing at the moment. Favorite here, coming into quite choppy in recent price action, hitting resistance, falling away, so possibly could be attacking these lows here, this level here, or maybe might be finding support at the moment where it is around this 3.85 to 3.80 level. Second favorite coming in, steaming, hitting support at the moment. Fours looks like an interesting level because it's coming into fours or crossover or psych level, so it could find support there before moving higher, or it could break this support. Definitely looking for break of support on that, so if it breaks and then pulls back, that would be a good entry potential. Third favorite here, what's going on with my stream? Bear with me one sec, just a few tech issues. Just make sure everything's still hunky-dory. Yeah, looks so. I'm just going to continue. Third favorite here, looking like it's just consolidating as well after coming in. Just consolidating here for a while. But let's refresh that. Come on. Wonderful. So, sorry, just having some network issues. Still recording, sod it. So, let's just see what I can see with this. So I'm favouring. That is breaking lower. So I was favouring short in this, but I've just noticed this is kind of broken falls and moving. Well, it already broken falls, but could be moving lower here. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to anticipate the break of this. So I'm going to anticipate this breaks falls. So I'm going to position myself based on that. 15 minutes to the off, so still some wiggle room in terms of time. So I've put one order on the touch, one outside the money. And if those get filled, then I'll explain a bit more about the rationale behind that. But basically I'm trying to get filled here in the anticipation that it could break fours. So the reason I've timed this as well is this is at the bottom of its range, potentially looking to break that. This is coming into support at the moment, and because I'm deeming this as being quite rangy and is likely to retrace, that is likely to help push this lower. But we'll just have to wait and see, really. And this is what it's about. It's a waiting game. Just wait. 13 minutes and a half till the off. Now this could, as you can see here, it has steamed in, but now it's just finding support. It's been a bit rangy as of late. So it could in fact just bounce and retrace and move higher. But I'll just go into why I've positioned these here. The positioning on these, ideally if I get filled at these, and I've got a good chance of it moving lower and I've got in at a good price. But if it does reverse on me, so kind of find support here and then pull away, then there's still a good chance that it pulls back into that what was support, what is support, and then moves higher. But what I'm hoping is it will, although it's finding support now, it will break that and then come back into it and then find that as resistance. I have to be cautious because this looks like this could, if this significantly breaks these lows, that would be a major warning sign. But I'm willing to hold tight, at least for now, on this decision. Just have a quick reorder because I think there's been some changes here with the other higher odds. So it has broke. Oh no, it got filled. Perfect. All right. So I've got filled on one of my orders at 4.1. So I could just put in an order here for. I could just put an order in here for at 4 and attempt to take a one tick profit, but I'm speculating that it could break, and I'm leaving this order in as well because I still feel that it's finding resistance off of this price. But yeah, that rationale might change depending on what happens in the next few minutes. It's been rangy for quite a bit of time, so it's really struggling with this fours. Just, I mean, some of the things that I'm just keeping an eye on is the time, obviously, and just what the other selections are doing. So there's nothing really drifting at the moment, which is what I would know. This one's just coming in. That's not going to be helpful to my position. This chart doesn't look like it's updated yet. But what I want to see is like this favorite drifting would be helpful. So if this broke fours and moved higher, that would be certainly beneficial to this, or likely to be beneficial to this position that I've got here. 10 minutes to the off. So I'm just thinking about what I want to see in this. This does look like it's edging higher. Just going to slightly increase, or attempt to slightly increase this position. So although I'm keeping this order in here at 4.2, I have just put in another one on the touch price at 4.1. Just wary at how in fact, what I'm going to do is put in another order there. So let's see if these get filled. So I'm trying to steal a tick, but also leave in a position for a bigger move. And the reason I cancelled that other one is because if that were to suddenly move down and get filled and then that one get filled, then my directional bias, if you want, would be wrong. I'd be net long on the position, which is not what I want to be. I want to be short on this, anticipating it moves lower. But let's see what happens here. Creep into resistance, this one. Like, again, if it breaks these highs, that will be helpful to this, or could be helpful to this. Always use conditional, because never say definite, because anything can happen in this fucking game. Anything. So just don't be too you know, hard-headed in the decisions. Just listen to what the market's doing, try and be vigilant. So 8 minutes D off. This one looks like just out of the corner of my eye. It is tricky sometimes to keep an eye on everything that's going on, as well as well, at least for me, speaking and taking positions as well. But you know, you just kind of glancing over at the different instruments that you have available to you to help with the decisions. Just get a temperature force going on. See this shifting up. So we've got filled in another position here. So I'll be willing to take on a maximum of 6 net stake on this. So I'm going to leave this one in. But yeah, I need to be super cautious. It hasn't moved much lower than this 4s. I want to see this drift as it comes into 7s. If that drifts, that will help. Or if this breaks 4s, that will help. So I've got my desired net position of 6. Don't want to be too much heavier than that. And again, it's just small stakes for now, minimum stakes, just to get better at reading the markets before potentially scaling up if I can prove myself on these lower stakes. This just, I can see, is just coming in hard, which will again adversely, it's like a seesaw action. As one goes in, the other typically goes out. Just gonna try to, so put another order in there just so that just changing my view here that this could break lower, because it's not really convincingly moved much lower in a long period of time. Have to play a bit defensive. 5 minutes to go. Oh, that's broken 7s as well. Alright, I'm just going to lighten the lighten the load, if you like, a bit. Lighten the position a bit. So I've brought up my take profit on this to close out at 4.1.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
Which will bring, if this gets filled, will bring my net stake down to 4s, to £4. So relatively near the front of the queue on this. £59 needs to get matched before this £2, or estimated £57 now, needs to be matched before my £2 is matched. Got quite good position queue on this one as well, so I'll leave that there. This is coming in hard, looks like it could be breaking support. That's not helpful for me, but reduce my position size there. down to 4. And just, you know, may need to move positions up. Only 4 minutes to the off. This would have been the one to short, really. And in fact, what I'm going to do is just move this up and see if I can get out. Just, you know, be small profit just over break, you know, 5p. If this gets filled. So yeah, although when I came in, there was that clear kind of steaming, you know, bearishness. The price was moving down, but ever since I've been here, it's just consolidated and it's slightly started to drift as well. So I can't be, you know, too stubborn and say, oh, you know, I've seen this come in, this is going to continue to come in, when clearly that's not what's been happening. So I'm just trying to get out at support now, if the market will let me. My time might be better spent just depending on what happens of either looking at other opportunities on the other selections, or just moving on to the next one. But I'm trying not to jump around too much in terms of the positions that I take, because that can get confusing, and a lot of the time the market will just come back and you'll get filled anyway. So 2.5 minutes till the off. What do you do? $4.2 being quite stubborn as support now. We need to maintain this for a little bit longer. This moving up quite hard will help this, as is that. So it got filled. And you can see there what I said. I mean, like momentarily the price started to move up, you know, adversely for me. So you know, I could have just panicked on that, but as I said, oftentimes the price will just drift and then come back, or, you know, steam and then pull back. So yeah, just paying attention to what the market's saying and what you know about the market can be helpful to ensuring that you're patient. So I'm going to green up there, so 5p across the board there. Most importantly, nothing lost, and also made my decisions before the market goes in play. So next one here, we've got 5 minutes to the off. Oh, see, could have been on this from earlier. And these look like decent. So 5 minutes to the off, less time to work with. Odds on favourite steaming in crazy. Second favourite drifting. So be looking to back this or lay this potentially. Just trying to get a temperature for the market first before rushing in, and looking for some reference points to potentially use. But my feeling is I might have just it would have been better to be here earlier. Right, what can we see? 105 grand matched as well. Decent. Brunt of it being on the favourite. 92 grand matched on this. 5 grand on that. Second
This
favourite.
event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Might just use the 7 as a reference point here. So what I'm anticipating is the price could fall back into 7s. You can see here, this is 7. We've had a low there, and because it's this crossover point and this has been persistently moving in, the price could find support around that level before potentially moving higher. So I've put in 2 positions here, £2. and just looking to get filled. Just need to be wary that that's started to move and that's potentially upturned as well, which doesn't aid my position. But see if we get filled. Was on the touch, so near the front of that queue, but didn't get filled. Kept this position in. Almost got filled on it. Just waiting for confidence. It has broken lower. Again, not helpful for me, but just going to put these exit orders in areas where at least I'll be making profit. So hoping that this sevens holds a support and pushes the price slightly higher, although that's not good. 3 minutes to the off. What do you want to do? Right, let's bring this down. I should have moved the other one. Shit, lost position on that. Alright, C'est la vie. Okay, got matched on that one. Got some more wiggle room on the stop loss. On the touch on this, hopefully get filled. Oh, that's a big order, isn't it? Just get out, break even. That big order spooked me a bit because that would likely push the money down a bit, and there wasn't as much time to play with, so just got out while I could. It's a break even this time. Nothing lost, nothing gained. So where are we now? This is 12:25, so 12:33. So favourites threes, second favourites fours. Just have a quick reorder just in case. Yeah, it's quite a lot of consolidating prices, quite choppy in both the first and second favourite. 10 minutes to off. 36 grand match. It's okay. Tight book. What can I see? So I'm just looking for things that I can use as a reference point. So crossover prices or cycle levels, also known as, and just how the prices have interacted with each of us to try and build a premise for a trade. See, the way these have, at least in recent times, so it's from here and from here, it's just consolidating. They've both been doing that, which isn't great in terms of readability. What I want is to see some divergence in how they move. So if one's going up, the other's moving down. Can't really see that. Can't really read into that at the moment. So I'm just holding tight until something more obvious comes to light. The plan is going forward to live stream on Twitch every day, training the UK horse races. So around midday for 2 to couple of hours a day. Good thing about these markets is they are open 7 days a week. So this looks like it's broken some support. So I'm just going to put, so I'm using falls as my reference point. So I'm going to put some positions in there to potentially short this. This looks like it's hit support as well. So this could potentially still drift while this has hit, it's broken support and now going in, finding resistance off of that. So got a net £2 left to lay off. Just going to see, because that's broken fours now, I'm just going to hold on to this last position just to see where I might be able to time the exit on this. Because if this continues to aggressively go up, that will push this in. And this one looks like it's could have been drifting. This one's definitely drifting. That's going to help push this down. Or, I mean, another way to think of it is just more money coming in on this. The back will push everything else out. They're all, it depends, you know, whatever way you want to look at it. So just holding on to this for now. Don't want to get too greedy, because that way you just give back profits. That looks like it could be finding support at fours now. So I'm just going to lay off the remainder of this at that price for a, you know, a decent amount of ticks profit. Partial exits along the way. This could continue to steam in, but I just found that I felt that the price could be stalling there. This was coming back in here, finding support off of that. Price looked like it was potentially, you know, stalling here as well. So I got out while I could. 45p. Regardless of outcome, or 45 to 46p. Happy with that. It's way above my average, you know, winning trade. So I would say using these stakes, and this is another good reason for just using small stakes to start with, just to get a feel of what a decent profit is in terms of how you trade. So for me, anything over 20p based on £2, you know, minimum stakes is reasonably decent. So when I've greened up and I've got 45p there, knowing that, you know, what my average win or average loss is, sometimes just you know, exiting when the market tells you to exit and you've got a decent amount of change there, decent amount of money there, just can make sense. But yeah, just, I guess it depends on how you trade, how you look at your progress, and then thinking how that would scale up. Obviously, if the position was 10 times bigger or 100 times bigger, what that would be in terms of profit. But here we have got favourite at twos. This second favourite at fours. So things that immediately pop out for me. Decent amount of money matched. 12 minutes to the off. Book could be tighter, but the favourite here has kind of found support at these levels, and the price is now moving into that support again. So I'm guessing about 2.7. So as it approaches 2.7, it could start to pull back, or certainly breaking it would be significant. Second favourite here, fours, steamed, pulled back with quite a deep retrace, but looks like it could be attacking these, you know, fours or just below fours again. So of the two, I mean, either breaks with these would be good, but I've got a better reference point with the fours here. So it breaking fours here would be clearer for me. I'm just thinking here. Sorry, let's have a look. So I'm going to just put... So I want to get matched around this price, just because there is some signs that this could potentially be a retrace rather than a pullback. Oh, no, it's broken fours again. Let's try and get something in here. So just put some orders in outside the money. 11 minutes to go. Just trying to get a decent price on this. Just having a quick peek as well, what other stuff's doing. So I've got filled on this. Have to be wary that this the corner of my eye looked out of the corner of my eye, looked like it was coming in quite aggressively, but hopefully that will find support, allowing this to potentially move in more. It's just holding tight for now. 10 minutes to the off. Okay with the positions that I have at the moment. Willing to add to this at market if, for example, I were to see this shoot off in that direction. So at market means I'll just take the best available back price, but not seeing signs of that yet. So just holding fire. Got some decent position on this order that I do have in the market. On the market, still needs £140 matched before I am. 8 minutes 35 seconds to go, so still got some wiggle room to fix anything that might go against me. Just going to try and add to this at fours again. Is that a smart move though? Maybe not. Just going to cancel that. Just wary that this could now be a significant support area, and I don't want to sell into that support. It does look like it could be building. Just want to see some movement, some confirmation really that this could break lower. Not seeing that yet. 7 minutes. Just being patient with this. I am again tempted just to take a market order here, but yeah, that would had I done that, I would have got a worse fill. But just putting in some closing orders now. I'm not as confident this could break lower. In fact, it could be, retracing, but I do feel that it could at least come back into support here. And that's not just me saying like, oh, a gut feeling, I'm hoping it's going to happen. I'm basing that on what I can see and what I understand that price has a tendency to do, or go away and then come back into certain levels. So it's not just me hoping, with no premise that that's going to happen. There is a basis for why I am positioning myself that way. And that's always good to have, really, a reason for clicking the button. Not just, hoping, praying, whatever, that it goes in your favour. Because if you do that, then you there's no real, you get anxious, or you just, you gamble. You're betting too much on something that has a low probability of happening. So with this, I'm at least trying to position myself based on what I think is probable to happen in the market. And again, I can be wrong. I'm frequently wrong, but getting better, making better calls, he says, as it probably moves away. But that's what these videos are about. It's just tracking progress.
This event
That's going to help.
In 5
so
minutes.
Let's drift in.
5 minutes.
Some sharp movement here. Come on. Especially if that breaks freeze. Or it is, maybe it's this one coming in. See how strongly this is coming in. Come into fives. That was pushing this out, or vice versa. But this one has stayed pretty stagnant in all that movement. 4.5 minutes. Okay, got to think about being a bit more defensive now. So time's ticking down. So just moving my take profits up slightly. Reducing that position, hopefully. This is still hitting resistance, so this 4.4 level. So that is at least a good premise to hold out on the position, that it could fall away and come back to support. What's this one doing? Bloody hell, coming from 8s to 5s. That is a persistent steamer. If that breaks 5s, then that's really not going to be helpful to my position. That breaking 3s would be helpful. That would certainly be a significant amount of resistance that it breaks through. Yeah, it's broken through. So I'd anticipate some sort of a move here or here downwards should this continue to run up and break those previous highs. Not seeing it yet, but yeah, we'll see. So on the touch now, 2 minutes 40 left. Maintaining these positions as I've got, I'm reasonably placed in the queues, but just need to be cautious of the market running away. That's starting to drift. That's above freeze now. I'm finding support off of it, so I could be positioned okay for this one, or at least to hold out for a break even. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to the off. Okay. Drifting, good, but coming in. So these are having inverse relationship to each other, and fuck. Yeah. It's the way she goes sometimes. Had opportunity there to get out at a lower loss. Minus 15. It has run up on me now to 5s. Going to find resistance at 5s, hopefully. But no, it's broken 5s. Just laid off some of that there. That's a significant relative loss.
This event will start in 60 seconds.
1 minute see off. It's very skittish moment. So I did lay off some of that, but sometimes it can just be a knee-jerk reaction. But it's you don't want to just see it run away on you too much, like it is doing. Just gonna cut my losses, unfortunately.
This event starts.
Yeah, that market just ran away on me. Big loss, 168. So you can see, you know, you can be doing perfectly well over the course of the day, and then just something. I wouldn't think that was a. I won't put that down to
10 seconds.
bad trading in terms of how that turned out, because the market did run away pretty quickly in that context. The way that I'm typically trading is around, you know, what I can see could happen, you know, which have reasonably high probability. That move there was just out of the ordinary, but you know, didn't get angry at it, cut losses. It's 165. It's, in the grand scheme of thing, that's, you know, that can be redeemed, but it's important not to chase losses and just to realize when stuff has changed, so that you can adapt and just preserve your capital overall. So next one here, we have 8 minutes to the off. Favorite here, 51 grand matched type book. Favorite of twos, been come out, drifted, and then consolidated. Second favorite consolidated forever. See what we can read on this. So just looking at these crossovers as well. It's coming into threes. This looks like it's on a gentle steam, finding resistance at sevens. Just going to put that in there. Just because I've got a decent reference point with that at sevens, and it potentially finding resistance off of that. I feel there's a good premise to short this. This finding support off of threes as well would help this potentially move lower. This favorite, yeah, I'm gonna hold tight on this one, so I'm gonna put my attention on this one and see what we can get filled on. 6 minutes to the off. So got filled at £2 stake there. So left this other order in here and then put in a closing position of 2 should the market lower. So I'm just going for a tick on this really. I feel the premise of it is good enough. If this gets filled, okay, so I've got filled to make the tick, but I wanted that to be filled as well, so I've had something in for a bigger move. That didn't play out. That if I'd got filled on that, then that would have been perfect timing on that. But I just need to think now, is it still worth keeping that position in there? Not so much at the moment, because these are hitting their highs. Well, actually, no, that does aid my position. What's the time?
This event
5 minutes.
In 5.
So I'm going to try that again. Basically the same premise as before. Looking for the price to potentially move down, or at least find support at the lows there. It's gone against me, but let's see if it comes back into sevens. Oh, these charts updating just annoy me sometimes. You can see there that the original premise of it was still finding consolidation. What is going on? It's just conflicting info. In fact, let's put this on probability. So what I'm doing here is just using the, rather than the price, is the probability chart. It can get tricky because basically what I'm doing is looking at the invert. I'm thinking of this the other way around, which will give me the same information as this. If you see, they're complete opposites, and that can be helpful sometimes if you've got a really out of whack chart, just to bring up the probability and think of it upside down. But yeah, I need to lay off some of this position. Happy to hold tight. These look like they're at their support, these levels here, so potentially going to bounce. Same on this, potentially help push this lower. This looks like it's at resistance, so potentially could fall away to 7s again. Yeah, but this shit ain't easy. It might be for some people, but I mean, yeah, I've never found it easy. Parts of it have got easier, but yeah, just trying to stick to rules here, really, or the rules that I've set up for myself. Main one being get out before the off. Keep the stakes low for now, so not increasing my risk, and use what I know about support, resistance, market prices to position myself in the market. So I have gotten some of that position reduced and had the opportunity to get out in full at break even. Market has run away on me slightly. This now coming into 3s, hopefully that'll bounce. That's drifting, that's going to help this, but that's just broken 3s. It's running away. Breaking 9s. It's another similar situation. So I'm going to use 10 as reference as resistance. Yeah, got to get out. Probably at the top. Still got £2 to lay off. Finding resistance at 10s.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Yeah, that's another. Those last two trades are almost exactly the same in how they reacted. So I'm definitely going to be looking over that again in the video, just to see how I might improve on that. What might have been done differently. I mean, the thing that was quite similar is the timing on those. In terms of they're about 7 to 8 minutes before the off, and then the main, like they were consolidating, and then the main kind of brunt of the move came within the last 2 minutes or so. That's from memory. That's what happened. I'll need to rewatch that. So of course, the premise of my entry there would have been probably more viable if I'd been earlier to that, but yeah, it's just speculation. I need to look back on, see what's going on there. 12 minutes to the off here, or just over. Favorite 4s come in, consolidated, just broken support by the looks of it. Second favorite drifting. So see if I can get a fill on this first and then explain. a bit more. So I'm anticipating that as it's broken support there, it can find resistance back into that fours. So I've put some orders into market there. Just got filled on one of them. This looks like it's on a gentle drift, so potentially this can continue. Obviously fives here is a bit of a potential roadblock, but certainly if it breaks that could be good. So yeah, got filled on 4 there. So £4 net stake. We'll have to see how this plays out, because again, premise that I'm entering this on is that it's gonna find resistance off of this and move lower. And this is the importance, I think, of just starting out low and having enough days trading to make a decision. Those last 2 trades could just be anomalies, or it could just be something that's what's the word, implicit in my trading strategy, endemic in my trading strategy, so that would need to be changed over the long run. But you know, I've got, what is this, the 16th episode of live trading. I've got at least information to look back on and, you know, see what I've done or could be done differently, to determine that, whether it was just, you know, unlucky or you know, did I do it right, or what I could change. So yeah, you can't just judge how successful you're going to be just based on one day's trading, or a weekend of trading. You know, the bigger the sample size, the better. And it's again, not changing too many of the variables. So things like keeping the position size the same, so I'm keeping it at 2s. Whereas if I was, you know, let me just try this at double, or try it, you know, put in 20 quid, 30, 40, just skews the results, and you can't really read anything into it. And your any successes you can just only attribute to, or any profits you can only attribute to luck, or any losses to bad luck. Whereas that's not really what you're looking for. You're looking to say, oh, okay, this is what I was looking in the market, this is what happened, I was right here or I was wrong there. So looking for more, you know, skill rather than just luck. I mean, it's in this, there's a element of luck in terms of what the market can do, but you don't want that to be the thing that you're leaning on. Just stop chatting away here and focus a bit more. This has consistently looked like it's drifted and it's broken through 5, so that is helping my decision to remain short on this. Got a relatively heavy position on this, and then, you know, just wary though that even though this has persisted to drift, this, although it looks like it was making, you know, lower lows, breaking lower, it hasn't done that, but it's still finding support just under 4s. So it makes sense just to listen to what's going on there, and just, I mean, the main thing that I'm aware of is it's not breaking, at least not yet, that 4 or 4.1 level persistently. So that's holding as resistance, that helps. But just looking, this is coming in, didn't notice that, but it is going into support. going to lighten the position if it lets me, just so that I'm not giving back too much profit. Don't want to see the gains that I've made here evaporate. 7 minutes to the off. Just trying to lighten that position. Just worst case scenario, thinking, you know, this could reverse on me. So got a bit more wiggle room in terms of the take profit. We'll add another position in here now, or potentially to short. Again, using 4s as a reference point, but have to be super cautious not to be too greedy. Because all it needs is for that resistance to break and I'm fucked, or have to take a lesser profit or take a loss. It does look like it's turned a bit. So it could be finding support off of 4s now. I wasn't as convinced, just looking at what charts were doing, that this could persist to make lower lows and break and make lower. It could do. It's still 5 minutes off, but I took my profit out at support, which was seemed like a sensible place because the price had gone into that before. They're historically in a chart were levels where it had gone into that. So yeah, I was happy to take out that position at support and have a guaranteed profit rather than speculate on it breaking lows and it not doing that. So there's the two ways I often kind of think of it is what's possible and what's probable. What's possible is that it could break support and make lower lows and, you know, go all the way down to, you know, 0, which would be great if I'm shorting it. But that's not as probable. What's quite probable to happen, what's, you know, good likelihood, is that it will at least go into support and, you know, allow me to exit, which it did. And you can see it's gone into support and it's falling away again. So yeah, that one, happy with that. 32 to 33p across the board, regardless of outcome. Happy with that one. But yeah, still got some losses on the day. But I'm not, as well, you can see my approach is I'm not really chasing those losses. It's not like I'm angry that made a few losses on the day. That's just that's just life. It just happens. But the main thing is just to continue to trade sensibly, really. Just have that going on in your mind over and over. So what we got? 10 minutes off, 24 grand matched. Not great liquidity. Favorite here, very. I mean, it's drifted. It's coming a little bit. It's been consolidating. Second favorite here. Let's just have a reorder. Second favorite come in, found it's consolidated. It has broken past these previous highs. Arguably could be on a drift. But looking at this, so it could be finding support off of 6s. I'm finding this one a bit more tricky to read in terms of what to do. Let me just have a little think. This is interesting. This one here, the third favorite, is finding resistance off of, you can see how choppy it's been in recent times, similar to the other one. It's been sideways but different to the other ones. It's been consistently kind of going into just under 7s or just at 7s and then falling away. Had I seen this is the thing with the late like trading ones with like half an hour behind, till the off. Had I seen this maybe with 20 minutes or 30 minutes to go, I would be inclined to potentially, do this and put a short position here should it go into sevens. Now that there's 10 minutes off, it's just a little more risky to do that. And this market's super thin. You can just feel it. Nothing's moving. Nothing's really, going through. This might perk up a bit coming into, into the last 10 minutes here, but just going to have a quick peek and see what next one after this is saying. Similar story. 20 grand matched, 18 minutes to go. Right, I'm just going to go back to the other one. So 13.11. Fruit shoot 82. You got smashed yesterday, licking your wounds today. Yeah, it can happen to the best of us, man. Even to look today, I've had 2 losses come through. But yeah, hopefully you didn't, had some good money management in place and lift the trade another day, man. That is it's life you choose, life we choose, man. But yeah, hopefully it wasn't too bad, and you can be at it again, take a break and be at it again. So let's just see what we can see on this one. 8 minutes to the off. This is now broken resistance. Oh no, it's swapped. Okay. Hmm. 27 grand, 8 minutes. I just feel that these are, you can see how similarly priced these are. So there's no clear favourite. This is at 5s, this is at 6s, this is at just coming into 7s. They're all very similar price, so there's almost an equal amount of money matched on them. 5 grand or 6 grand, 5.5, 4.5. What's that? Taunton, I guess. Okay, sorry, I haven't really been looking at it. So this here, 6s. I'm going to put some orders in here. What I'm anticipating is the price could come back into this resistance. You can see these previous highs where it's had trouble moving higher than in recent times. It's approached it again. So I've just put these orders in here. Fact, just gonna cancel those. So just changed my mind on that to go on this selection, because I've seen this start to break previous highs. Let me just put these closing orders before I start yammering away. 8s. I saw this as a resistance, saw this break previous highs and had created a higher low, and was finding support, at least at the time I was looking at it, which gave me the inclination that it could potentially move, to make new highs. It is going against me now, so 5-6 minutes, but I feel my position on this is still okay. So I'm willing to hold tight. That is quite a heavy position as well. I should have been a bit more cautious on that. In fact, just going to lay off some of that, or back some of that in, if I get the chance. So, anticipating at least it could go back into 6s. The dynamic of this has changed, and this is one of the things. It's just I made my decision on what the chart was showing me at the time. These charts do lag, these static charts, which can be a disadvantage. Ah, god damn, almost missed that. But yeah, just be aware of any limitations that your software might have, and only blame yourself if shit goes wrong.
This event will start in 5
because you know the risks that you're taking, or you should do. Yeah, so this has now found support. These previous lows now, so potentially moving higher. So we've got filled on part of that position. Still got a net stake of 2 to lay off. Now got a lot of wiggle room in terms of my stop loss. Maybe a bit sluggish there in terms of placing my closing orders. 4 minutes to off. I wouldn't be looking to add. Sorry, I wouldn't be looking to add to this anymore. I'm just trying to finesse the exit based on what could happen. And yeah, I could have again. These I just have to be, I mean, not, you know, it's just being aware of what could happen, and not thinking that what happened in the past could, you know, it is going to happen again. So you noticed in the last 2 races where I made those bigger losses, the market did basically just reverse on me in the last few minutes. Even though I had opportunity to get out. But I'm still just trying not to be too skittish based on, you know, just based on what I can see in front of me, rather than just reacting of, you know, on fear of what it's done previously. Sorry, rambling a bit. Well, rambling always, but just trying to... Speaking and trading at the same time is not the easiest of things. So okay, this has found support with these previous levels, so this could be, you know, this still has scope to retrace, but I have to be wary. There's only 2.5 minutes left. Got good position on this. There we go. Okay, able to get out on that. So yeah, didn't panic too much on that one. As I was saying, like based on like previous trades, previous markets, it could be thinking, oh shit, it's going to do the same thing again. It's going to completely reverse and go me the other way. And that if that was the thinking, then I might have just dropped it into a shitty fill. But maintained as much as possible and was able to get out at least at a profit on that one. So Fruit Shoot 82, you had small losses in relative real world money, but big compared to small bank size. Bit upset that you're still making the same mistakes in regards to letting losses run and closing positive trades too early. Live and learn. I've uploaded a session on YouTube if you want to learn how to trade, how not to trade. Yeah, no, it's a good call, man. Like recording your stuff can be super helpful. You said that you found cutting losses difficult. Yeah, I mean, why would you say that it's what for you is the difficult thing to do? I mean, is it a case of like pulling the trigger, or is it I don't know. Can be different for other people, for lots of different people, but for me, I don't feel like I'm okay with taking a loss as long as I've followed my rules in terms of you know, not letting it go before the off. I do my best to assess it, and that's where the videos come in actually, because using the videos I can just go back and watch, and because I'm giving a albeit very mumbled dialogue, at least I can see what I was thinking at the time. So that can be helpful in avoiding some of the same mistakes again and again. And I've spreadsheet everything, so I've got, like, at the end of the day there's a spreadsheet so I can see where these big losses are, especially over, you know, the few hundred markets or races that you've done. Seeing those big losses, they just pop out, and if you've got them on video and you've time stamped them, you can just go back and see if there's anything that's common between them. Same thing with your gains. If you're making decent profits and you can see that in your spreadsheet pop out, it's like, oh, okay, I made it in this one, made it in this one, what was similar? But that's where the sample size comes in. That's what I'm saying, trade small over a big amount of markets, then you can just see what the what works and what doesn't, in theory anyway, in theory. But here we've got 8.5 minutes to the off. Favorite here is at threes, very choppy, consolidated. Second favorite consolidated also, but over a wider range by the looks of it. Third favorite's come in and consolidated also. What can I see? Oh, some big movement. Could have broken support there. That could push this up to resistance. So chart had, you see, you can see it in the ladder. You can see I had said there it had broken support and it's gone back again, but it's going to update again and it's going to have broken that support when it's ready. So potentially, so shorting this, I'm basing this trade on the price breaking and potentially pulling back and then moving lower again. Just need to make sure there's not need to, I'm looking for as well, I mean, there's not great divergence in what I can see between the other selection and, oh, hang on, need to be careful here, because although this yeah, no, okay, I was thinking of shorting that resistance, this previous high here, but that's why divergence is useful, because now it's starting to appear to me a bit clearer. What I'm looking for this is to move in and this to move out, or some other selection to move, and you can see that broke support and is now moving lower, and this is broken resistance, is now moving higher. So there's divergence in terms of that kind of seesaw motion. This is moving in, that's moving out. So that's a bit more confirmation to be short on this, but I just want to get a good price on it. So got filled on one, put in my closing order already, leaving the other one in there, got filled on that, just building the position. Will I get filled on that other one, and will it go in my favor? Just gonna play defensive slightly on this one. 5 minutes to the off. Oh, see how it's just jumped away on you there. So market's just moved out. I've got moved up, got
This
taken
event
out
will
on one
start in
order.
5 minutes.
It's just
5
jumped down
minutes.
again. Oh, come on, let's get a fill on this. Don't fuck it up. So you can just see how, like, erratic the market can be there, and which is why sometimes it's good to have those speculative closing orders just out there that are way outside of the money, because you might just get filled on them. But yeah, you can see there had a speculative one to add to the position. Should it go back into fours, it jumped up to it, hit that, and then moved away, move lower, and I closed out the last one there, all at profit. Could have left it in for a bigger move, but yeah, I mean, the way I usually or might typically do it is have partial orders set in at set levels, and then have like one remaining order that is just like that I intend to get out at market. So that allows me to just follow down any price as it potentially moves. But yeah, that can also mean giving back profits. But yes, it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other, really. I'm going to green up on this one. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, and move on to the next one. It's 125. Let's just have a peek at what the P&L is. So, started the day. I don't think I recorded that one, but I started the day at about 11:50 today. That was just a break even. I think I started recording at 12:20, so that was 5p profit, then another break even, 45p profit, then minus £1.65 loss, another minus a loss at minus 1.35, and then again at 32p, and just waiting for some other stuff to settle. So next one we got here, eight to 7.5 minutes to the off. Favorite here, choppy but hitting into resistance. Clear reference point there at it's saying 2.5. It's probably just below 2.5. So these levels here are second favorite. Way. Second favorite is in fact the favorite, coming in to evens, steamed in, and looks like it's hit support here. It's hit twos, so this is going to be interesting crossover point to watch. 63 grand matched for 7 minutes to the off. Let's see what we can see on this one. So this could act as support, but overall, really the bias should be to short this. So if that breaks twos, that's probably going to have an aggressive move down. However, if it finds support, then this is aptly positioned for a reversal. Counterintuitively, I'm actually favouring to potentially short this, but I'm hesitating on it because it's just hit these highs here. What would confirm that? A movement up in this. So if this starts to move up, then yeah, I'm too late on the move. But then this moving in could push this. No. You can see I'm just going through my thought process here, so sorry if it's very to listen back to might sound very haphazard, but yeah, it's just trying to talk through what I can see to make a decision through on it. Some money building there. Could push it higher. I'm just not going to assume too much on that just yet.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I just feel this could be a bit of a trap. Certainly this feels like it's finding support. Certainly this finds like it's finding resistance. I would like to potentially short this. Alright, I'm going to put something in outside the money and on the touch, in the anticipation that this does find resistance, and this does persist as support. 4 minutes to the off, so it's slightly riskier, but not too risky overall. That's the thing, it's in check. In fact, this coming in aggressively. Okay. Just keeping an eye on this coming in, because that could move this up. But yeah, I've got to be super cautious of the time here as well. Only 3 minutes to work with. And the prices are going to get more erratic. Right, going to cancel that. Going to stick with this just because I've got decent position on it. Just give it another few seconds. I get the sense I could be right on this overall, but I've just missed the boat, really. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's gone off. So you can see what I was anticipating did happen, but yeah, just didn't have any skin in the game. This has moved up, this has moved in, but c'est la vie, missed it. Next. Can't be mad at the market. Does whatever the fuck it wants. So the next one here is 133. 10 minutes to the off. Favourites, odds on favourites, less than 2s. Quite choppy. Coming into resistance. Second favourite, oh god, 6s. Just reorder just in case there. Coming dramatically and just finding very choppy support here. Now it's been consolidating. Just read out some of these questions here. So Fruit Shoot 82 says that yeah, trading and watching back is helpful, and it's clear for me that my execution is poor. Happy with your strike rate between 70 and 80%, which should be yielding positive session profits, but it's not happening because of execution. Still working hard to get better at it. Looks like you're trading well today, and keep it up. Yeah, appreciate that, Fruit Shoot. Yeah, nice strike rate. 70-80%. The thing with strike rates though is just the other thing that I have in that I look for in my results as well is the expectancy, positive expectancy. So overall, you can even have a strike rate where you like winning, 1 out of 10%, but it's still profitable. So yeah, I mean, strike rate is for me anyways is kind of secondary. It's more kind of how much I lose to how much I profit. But of course, because I haven't got a proper staking strategy in place, that's not as like visible. But yeah, defo sounds like you're on the right track, man. Hope continues to go well for you, and appreciate you peeking in as well. But with this one, we've got 8 minutes to the off. The main thing that I'm seeing here is this hitting support, this hitting resistance. So I would be favouring, can't really see it on this, but I would be favouring taking a long position on this one. But the price would need to be right. In fact, let's have a look. So Yeah, I mean, the question I'm always asking myself is what can I see? What makes sense in terms of potential trade? How are the prices interacting with each other? Are there any clear reference points like crossovers, sixes? So this is why I'm thinking of this as support to potentially go long, but also wary that if it breaks sixes, it could continue lower by a lot more. So I'm looking for, if I'm going to go long on this, I'm looking for evidence in the other selections that I could be right on that. Just so I can build a story, build a narrative, and that helps with the exit as well, because I know if stuff starts to change in the other selections, then I've got a reason to say that, okay, I can continue with this, or no, I'm wrong on this. So it's just multiple confirming factors, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Six minutes to the off. This does look like it's coming in. So because this is now coming into support, these previous lows, this level here, I need to see kind of resistance in this one. So this approaching highs, for example, which would then allow me to lay this potentially. But I'm not really seeing that. And these other odds are just too high really to have any impact on, you know, a favorite, which is basically 50-60% of the book. Yeah, this chart isn't helping. Let's just see. So this is why I say with the, when you have a chart that is just
This event will start in 5 minutes.
Like this.
5 minutes.
Because it's moved in from very high odds to very low odds. It can just skew the most recent price action, and that can be really hard to read and to interpret. But when you look at its probability, the other chart option that you have, it can be useful. But you need the annoying thing is you need to think of it the other way around. So this isn't in fact the price moving into resistance. It's moving into support. It's like you have to think of it upside down. So the price has struggled to move lower. And that can mess up your thinking if you're trying to place a position. Right. Wait, 4 minutes. Just hang on. Recompose yourself, mate. Come on. Come on. What are you seeing? Need to see that go into support. That go up to hit resistance. So if this comes into sixes. Oh, yeah, I want to go long on this, but the time's just, I just had a quick peek at the time, and I think I'm out of time to make a decision on this. Basically, I wanted to lay at 6 or 6.2 to scalp a few ticks to the upside before sevens, especially as this is starting to, or it was moving in, and yeah, it's too late. It's too late, basically, is the long and short of that. No skin in the game on that one, but, you know, no losses either. Not trading is trading. Sometimes it's just the things that you miss out that actually make the difference. So just doing a silly trade on that could have cost me money. And I don't want to lose money. So this one here is 10 minutes to the off, 33 grand. Okay, not great. 102.2 on the book, so book could be tighter. Got a favourite at sixes, coming in. This chart, fuck's sake. Coming in, found support. It looks like it's just broken support to a potential reversal. Second favourite also at 6s. Drifted. Come in, arguably found support. Got a slight bias to the downside on this. So feeling to short this, potentially go long on this, but need to get in at a good price. And what I'm doing here can be I guess what, dangerous, because you remember how the market just jumped in terms of taking out all the orders. I've got multiple positions here on multiple selections, but I don't feel, I feel I can handle it. I'll just cancel those ones because this one's got filled. And I feel I can react quickly enough and at least have a decent enough grasp of the software to know what to do. So because I've got filled on this one, I've reacted and focused my attention now on this one, because ultimately I don't want to be concentrating on too many things at the same time. I'm not the best of multitaskers, but I've got filled on this one here, so I've got a net stake of 4, and I've put these 2 closing positions in here now. So with this first partial exit, I'm looking to take basically a tick because I got filled at 6s. Should that get filled, that will give me a little more wiggle room in terms of where my break-even point is. And then I've got this one in here in case the price suddenly moves up. I've got good position on this, but I just need to wait and see really. So this has continued, it's definitely broken lows. There's a definite bias to continue to move low. This one here has, after breaking its highs, found support at 6s, so the premise is still good on that. Got a second position. Oh no, hang on, what am I doing? Think. I did have a slight lapse in concentration there, but I'm still okay. Just it can be confusing when you've got multiple positions on, but I'm just looking to add on this, but at the same time close off another position. Yeah, it can get confusing if you just aren't concentrating enough or aren't familiar with what's going on. What's going on? Six minutes to the off. So basically what I'm saying with the way I'm positioned here is I'm anticipating this will hold as support, and then hopefully this, what I'm seeing in other price, will hold as resistance. So this will fall away and move lower hopefully, and this will move up, but we shall see. 6 minutes filled on that second position there. Just gonna pull this down here just to play a bit more defense. So rather than going for multiple ticks or a few more ticks up there, I've pulled it down to take a lesser profit but a more probable profit. You can see it's just consolidating at these levels, so this 6s is still holding up. Of course I could add to it again, but time ticking down, I don't feel. That's a wise move, because I've just got to think about what can go wrong here. That support could still fail, and I'd be fucked holding that position as it potentially moves lower. But I've got some more wiggle room now. You can see on the stop loss.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
So
5 minutes.
Just looking to see whether there's a likelihood of this other position getting hit. I may need to move it down. Is that just drifted? Yeah, shit. I'm going to move this down. So these have I've just reordered them, so that one that was the favourite there is now the second favourite, because the odds on this have come in. Got a reasonable place on the position. This should get filled, he says. £26 to go before I'm matched. Matched. Alright. Green that. 20p or 18p depending on what wins. So that's another profit on that race, but again carrying some losses from earlier. Yeah, so I'm eating away to at least potentially, reduce the loss or break even on the day. Let's just have a quick goosey gander at what the P&L's saying. What race was that? 20. Okay, so started the day with a break even, 5p profit, break even next, 45p profit next, a loss of £1.65, a loss of £1.35, 32p profit, 20p profit, 19p profit, and then the next race that comes in there when it settles will be about 18p profit. So all in all, down about £1. What would be that? About £1.60 on the day, and that's after having two losses over £1, £1.30, £1.65. But yeah, gradually, that's one of the things. Just don't be disheartened if you have losses come through. Just stick to your guns in terms of the way you trade, as long as it makes sense in terms of longer term profitability. Because if you continue to lose money, then obviously that's something needs to be looked into. But hey, I'm just learning this shit myself, so could be wrong on all of that. Who knows? Just hopefully this will prove, having this here as evidence, it will help, or just stuff to look back on. Stop mumbling away. Let's have a look. So we've got the favourite here. Threes come in, pulled back, started to drift, but hitting resistance at these previous levels of support. These previous lows are now becoming resistance as the price has now moved into it. Could be a lower high, and then continue to move lower to attack these levels here, attack the 3 again. Second favourite here, certainly a drift on it, but has come in slightly aggressively in recent times to potentially attack these lows here. I'm guessing that's about 6s. Or was that 7s? I hate these charts for reading off. So these 7s here are these levels here, so this could potentially find support and move higher. 10 minutes see off. And then it updates and it's showing a different story. Okay, stop complaining, get on with it. Now I could potentially just lay at 7s in anticipation that this is a support of these previous highs, because it has been quite strong, but the recent price action here has been quite bearish. So what would help that decision? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just put in. So the reason that I'm putting in orders now is because I'm seeing some resistance here in the price, which indicates this could fall away, which would help this move up, which is giving me a bit more evidence in terms of, you know, laying this rather than backing it, because I anticipate that this could fall away and this could move up. Even if it doesn't do that, getting in at this price would at least allow me to scalp the price at consolidation as it starts to move sideways, if I can get a decent enough fill. So just have to wait and see how this materializes. So again, looking for this to go up and this go down, but I need to get this filled first of all, which will at least give me a net stake of 2. £22 needs to be matched on this. £11, there we go. So I've got matched, I've got some skin in the game. I'll leave it like that for now. Put in my closing order. Leave this in the anticipation that we see it fall down again. There we go. So got matched on that, but it's broken 7s, which is not helpful. I didn't want it to break 7s. I wanted it just to find support off of it. But the price will have a tendency, after finding support at a level, to fall away, and then move back into it and find resistance, which is why it helps if you can get in at these levels. So to see how this goes, let's just, oh hang on, wait, ah shit, wait, cancel one of those. I'm just seeing some very sharp movements over there, which means that I'm likely to get filled over here. In fact, let me just recompose. I'm gonna close out this order here and just reassess how I can move forward. Right at the front of the queue there. If that moves off on me, for fuck's sake, let's just see if that gets filled. See, I'm right at the front of the estimated queue there, but it's not being taken. Let's just see what else is going on whilst that's happening. Jeez. Okay. It's just gonna, for 6 minutes to off. Got a tiny bit of green on this. Almost 6p. But just gonna have a little rethink on how to play this, because this is, if anything, is looking very bearish now to potentially move lower. Ah shit, talking away. This looks like it could have found support, which means that this shorting this is now the premise. I need to be cautious because there's only 5 minutes to off.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Whoa. Yep. Moved away on me, and only got profit out of it, but could have been better. Obviously, if this had been filled, that would have been awesome, because it would have meant I'd have had a partial fill in the other position and then still had this in for the bigger move. But I missed the party again. Still queuing outside. The rave is going on indoors, and I haven't even gone in the building. So 4 minutes tee off, a little bit of green, 12s. It all helps. It all helps. I'm going to just green on that. And I think, yeah, move on. So 9 minutes tee off. Odds on favourite. Consolidated. Very choppy. Hitting support. Looks at... No, what's that? 1.7? Finding support anyway at 1.7 something. Second favourite. Threes also consolidating a lot. Very choppy. Its highs are interesting. Might just consider selling off of that resistance. Third favourite here. Very high odds. Come in quite steeply. Just have a peek. The volume match not great. It's okay though. Still 8 minutes to off. Tight book. What's the play? Nothing obvious yet. Controversially, this one has got my eye. Just the way that it's come in and broken previous lows, but you know, don't make a habit of trading on the higher odds ones. But if there was some more money on this book, on this selection, that would be the clearest thing. But just peeking over here again, so there's odds on favourite here. It looks like it's broken through those previous kind of range that it was in, and it's attacking those previous highs to meet resistance or potentially break and move higher. So what does that mean elsewhere? Five minutes, 6 minutes off. Oh no, 7 minutes. When is the next one? 208. See if the volume on this can pick up in the next minute or so. Otherwise, my time might be spent better elsewhere. It's going to be like, I can see it from these, but it'll be very subtle. These are basically moving the same. They're correlated quite highly just by looking at the price action. This here has come in, it's kind of gone on a slight downward movement, pulled back and then consolidated. This again is quite subtle. The movement here from about here, right, is about the same. It's just they're moving over different ranges. Pulls in, comes out, consolidates again. That may be more apparent with the probability charts. Yeah, same kind of move. Discount that big move on this other one, and they're basically the same. Doesn't mean they're tradable, just because you can say what's going on in the chart though. Coming into support, these previous lows, these all-time lows. That does look like it. Ooh.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay. Because I feel this is coming into support and this is going into resistance and this ranginess could continue, I am put in the position here at what I'm deeming is resistance on this. So I'm saying it could fall away and move back into threes. Obviously, if it goes much higher than this 3.15, then it's not good. But I'm just going to add to that slightly to potentially increase profits. Okay, so it has fallen away as anticipated, but am I going to make money off of it? Okay, so yeah, that came out, that went as planned. Went off resistance, fallen into threes, found support. It still looks like it's holding. Made some green, 4 minutes to off. Now, do I want to potentially jeopardize that and, try the same thing again and it go against me, or just be happy with that? There's no right answer on that. I'm just thinking out loud, but knowing my typical profit and how risky it gets for me, getting less than 3 minutes, I'm more happy to green up on that and just move on to the next one. But yeah, played out. You can see, I kind of envisaged what I wanted, would like to have seen the market do, and planned around that, so that way I wasn't too greedy or not too conservative, and it played out this time. Oh, these fucking, just have a look. Right, so this has basically been coming in, and in recent times as well, just been has been drifting as well in recent times and finding support. Again, I was just using the probability chart to help with that, but this one here, but imagining it the other way around, so it's not going into resistance, it's going into support, because I can't read that chart because it's coming from 20s, and it's, you can't see the nuances of the most recent price action. Second favorite here, quite choppy, finding support, these recent lows. So, and then resistance potentially at these previous highs. Falls, so shorting at falls could be an option. Yeah, okay. This is where a bit of imagination has to come in, because I can't see the chart on what that is doing, but I'm having to imagine what it looks like, and that it's going into support, which helps warrant the decision to trade what I can see here, which is the price, oscillating, creating these new highs, or like trouble moving through these previous highs at fours. It's finding resistance. So I've placed my trade, my entry at that resistance. I think my connection just broke again, but I don't know. But yeah, basically probably happened while I entered the trade as well. But I've got these two positions here, just entering at resistance. So anticipating this is going to move lower, and this falls will hold up. Things I would need to see to help this, just got filled on that, is this moving up, and then obviously this moving down. That's the move that I want to see. So I've got part of that position filled. Don't want it to go much higher than this now, so this needs to hold as resistance. So got 2 fills on this. Oh, hang on, that's bigger than I thought. Hang on, 6 net position of 6. Do I hold out? Has broken 4s. Gonna thin it. I'm happy with a net position of 4 on this, if the market will let me. But I think 6 might be a bit too... fuck. So I need it now to come back in and find support. Now that it's broken, dynamics have changed. And the position was slightly more heavy than I would have liked. I was really only after 4. I don't know, again, lapses in concentration cause that. But this 4.5, I'm just looking at these previous highs here. This 4.5 could act as quite strong resistance to move it lower. You can see it's struggling. Oh, it's just edging past it. If that breaks freeze, that won't help matters at all. Oh dear, come on. Five minutes, 6 minutes to the off. Just looking to thin out position again. So this was there's no doubt I'd still be at a loss on this, but I did for some reason I'd entered a net stake of 6 when really I wanted 4. But hey, it's just about managing the position now.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
This is specific, like this. It's been slightly, no excuses. It has been slightly trickier to read this though, because I haven't got my visual cues off of what this chart's doing. But hey, I knew that before entering the trade, so I had the option not to trade at all, but I chose to enter. So yeah, you can't blame the tools. Some definite learning experiences here today, where the market has switched on me in the final kind of 3 to 5 minute range, has done complete reversals in terms of what it was doing historically. So we'll just see how this one pans out and just ensure that we keep losses in check. And it might just be one of those days, a day happen where you just, might be something in the market, something in psychology, your personal psychology, or luck of the draw. Nothing to panic about. If anything, these yeah, time to cut losses before that gets too much sillier. That could, there is signs that this could move back down again, but I just want I want to be able to have control over the decision rather than I want to have control over the decision rather than the market make the decision for me. So again, another big loss, so that puts me back on the day even further, but c'est la vie. Definitely good watching, for me anyway, to watch back over those 3 losses today. They've all been more than £1, I think. Again, just shows me that not quite ready to up the scaling process in terms of committing more money to this just yet. But yeah, so 9 minutes to the off on this one. Oh, there's a message come through. So I think I'm online. Hang on. Yes, I am. Okay. So the next one here, Fruit Shoot 82 again. Yeah, I hear you with regards to the strike rate, not the most essential attribute, but for me it's affirmation. Overall, I'm reading the markets correctly. If I can get myself in a position as where my average positive trades profits are larger than my average negative trade losses, will be showing positive overall results. How are you feeling? Yeah, no, 100% agree with that. Yeah, good way of thinking about it. Very similar myself. It's just about focusing on that strike rate first of all, and then just dialing in on reducing losses or maximizing profits, because some I might just have been too defensive on, so being more aggressive on trades. And you're asking how am I feeling in terms of progress? Yeah, I'm happy overall. Can't complain. Say I'm just in this for the long haul really. So it's been 16 days of trading. Haven't made massive profits, haven't made massive losses either. So I think I'm just going to continue with this just to see if I can get the progress that I need to be convinced to add more money to this. But yeah, just over 2 weeks in, reunite myself with the markets after a very long time of not looking at Betfair for ages. So I'm happy with the progress so far. Can't complain. So we have got 7 minutes 40 to the off. Favourite come in from at 3s, found support. Second favourite, slight drift, but heading into resistance. Just have a reorder. 60 grand almost matched. 7.5 minutes. Book could be tighter, but fair enough. Okay. So I'm going to act on this being. In fact, yeah, that's one thing that's just sprung to mind in terms of the trades that I've taken today. A lot of them have been range bound. I think all of the ones that have reversed on me have been range bound that have then broken range and then moved higher, which is the same thing that I'm looking at here. I've been trying to sell resistance or buy support, and then as the money came in the next last 5 minutes or so, then it would break the range and move higher. I think, again, I can't be sure without looking over the results, but I think that's been the same thing on every trade that's been £1 plus lost today. But yeah, that would be worth looking back on. So got some speculative type orders here, just outside the money, anticipating that we're going to see resistance here and support here, but this has a likelihood of moving lower, but I haven't been filled on it yet, so I might be too late to the party again on this one. Could also consider buying this at support. Which is effectively the same thing, but at least I'll get some skin in the game. Right on the direction, but no skin in the game. Scheiße. Right, but wrong. this is, oh, okay. Keeping those ones in there, but just looking at what else might be readable. Quite high odds to be working with as well.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay, got filled on that. Could this be another repeat of the early ones? Consolidated but then broke substantially. Again, I'm just hypothesizing on that. I'm not, you know, ready to build a strategy just around that just yet. But I think that's been a common occurrence. And funnily enough, it's always been a break to the upside as well after consolidating. This has moved in aggressive, or not aggressively, but starting to move in. In fact, on aggregate, it looks like quite a few of them are moving in, which is going to cause this to move out. I'm happy with the position size here. 4 is a more sensible, I feel, risk in terms of rather than 6, which that one I was trying to get out of in the last trade, where I don't know what I was thinking. I had too much skin in the game. Yeah, just looking to break even on this 2 minute. Yeah, for that. Red up on that. But yeah, at least in this session, it hasn't been a particularly profitable session, but I did have days like this before, and the evening session does give opportunity as well, and it's just a different feel to that. So it can be good to, for me at least, just to go away, have an hour or so, you know, a couple of hours, and then come back and then take positions in the evening. But yeah, there's no fixed rules at the moment really. I'm just trying to see what fits in alongside my other commitments, and yeah, what could be a good way or good routine going forward. So what are we looking at? Sorry, just looking off screen at the moment. -3. It must be about £2.50 down on a day. So
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
No, 10 minutes see off. Favourite. 2s. Drift in. Broken support. Persisted to make new lows. Second favourite. Consolidated a lot. Looks like it could be drifting. Sorry, this one was coming in, not drifting. This one looks like it could be drifting now, going into resistance. So be favouring to potentially short this if there's enough context, because this looks like it's moving out, as are some of the other ones as well. This one's moving out, which will help. Just reorder. Drifting but hitting resistance at these previous highs, so just need to be cautious of that. So Fruit Shoot 82 says you're not able to trade the night markets due to work conditions, and you're just asking what differences am I finding. The only difference, I mean, the markets are similar. It's just that there's basically a longer run up, and that's actually helped me. So like in the rather than trading the kind of session between 15 to 5 minutes, it's been between say 30 and 15 minutes, and I've been making returns on that, but it's a different type of trade. So I've been basically just it's more of a based on the market not moving as much, so it's not really the volatility that I'm looking for, it's just it being staying within a range. But no, it's too early for me to really make any conclusions on that, but it's just one thing that I'm gonna keep an eye on. This I don't intend to have, or again, there's no rules for me yet, but I mean, I think doing the evening session might become part of the routine, but it's just I just want to be kind to myself, really, in terms of how judge the process, because the problem that I've found before when I've done this type of stuff, it's just pushing too hard, and you get obsessed with it, and not like a healthy obsession. You just get obsessed, and then you get burnt out, and then you just don't stick to routines. So the main thing that I'm trying to do is just stick to a routine and see progress over time, and there's no fixed endpoint really in terms of whether or not become successful at this. I've got income from other sources, savings as well, so it's just a bit more breathing room in terms of it potentially working out, and that has just reduced stress and the necessity to always be trading or looking for opportunities. And so far I think it's just helped me be a bit more objective in what I need to change. Favorite here still coming in, hitting a lot of support. Second favorite, but it's a gradually steaming in. This could be making higher lows as well, which means it's consideration for Fruit Shoot 18. No problems, man. Like, happy to answer any questions that you want. Doesn't piss me off, not at all. As long as I can as long as I see the message. Might take me a while to read it, but happy to answer any questions you might have. No problemo. Next one here.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So I'm tempted to short this because it has been hitting resistance. Although this has been steaming in and also finding support, which would help in terms of shorting this, but let's just see if there's anything else that's a bit more obvious. The other selections. 4 minutes. Haven't seen anything actionable just yet. And running out of time. Just seen a massive... Oh, this could break 8s. This could break 8s. So just seeing a big shift down in that one. Because I missed that, what I'm attempting to do is anticipate some bullish movement on this, which could potentially break previous highs. So I've positioned myself with a relatively light position and looking to add to that. But yeah, time is ticking down. My orders still haven't been filled. So I could scratch it. I could hold out. Holding out for now. Got filled on that second position, so I need to see this start to move down again, and this to start pushing past 8s. Not really. Oh, it just feels a bit... Market feels just sticky in terms of its movement. It's not really... No volatility. Okay. So, got matched. So, got a net profit now, or potential profit if this gets filled, of 10p across the board on all outcomes. Okay. Done. Next. 2 minutes to spare on that one. So, let's just see what we got going on. Oh, another one of these charts that's just fucked. So it's hitting support. So odds on favourite steamed in from 20s. Second favourite consolidated a lot, finding support at looks like 4s, resistance at 4.4. Oh, nice one, fruit shoot. Hang on, saying I missed the green on that last one. Yeah, good call, mate. Cheers. God, just throwing it away. Jesus, worked so hard to get
This
it.
event
That could have
starts
been
in 30 seconds. In 30
disastrous.
seconds.
Appreciated, fruit shoot 82. Just check on this. If this is hitting support, then I'm looking to short the second favourite there. Yes.
This event will start in 5.
So again, I'm having to envisage what this chart's been doing in the most recent price movement, and I've used the probability chart here and flipped it over. So I'm considering that in recent times it's been hitting support, not resistance, as this is showing. This is at resistance, so I've taken a position up here to short this. And the anticipation that it could find resistance and at least go back down to support. 4 minutes to go to the off, so that is quite tight, but for me anyway. Let's see what we can do. grand, 6 grand. Yeah, right on the direction, but missed the game. Just late again. I mean, I could be more aggressive on these entries, but it would just give me a worse, a poorer fill, and just not enough wiggle room to manage a trade that goes against me adversely. I could try buying this off selling this off buying this off a support. So I've got some skin in the game there. Leaving this in here, should we see some further move back down? So what I'm saying by this is that 4s, it will find support at 4s. 3 minutes till the off. Got filled on that. So yeah, I mean, it's doing what I anticipated, and it's just bouncing between support and resistance. So the 4s and 4.4, but just too late to the game really to really attempt to jump on this because time's ticking down. Oh, and that's what I was talking about, Fruitshire. So the when I've been doing the evening sessions, basically seeing this, the markets will just consolidate typically earlier on. So it's been a case of just making markets, like taking scalps out of the market rather than looking for breaks. So that's what at least for me, the evening sessions have felt like. But definitely need to do a few more of those before drawing any conclusions. 40 grand matched, 10 minutes to the off. Favourite come in, consolidated. Second favourite, oh no, it's just broken support. So it could come back up and find resistance off of that support. What else can we see? Just trying to figure out what that level is that it's found support at previously. 2.25 according to this, which isn't even so probably these types of levels. So what I'm speculating on is the price will come back in and find resistance around these levels. It's quite a way out of the money, and then potentially move lower. This is broken as well, just broken that previous high. So could be potentially worth laying. 8.5 minutes. Right, let's be slightly more aggressive on the potential entry here. Missed that one. Potentially might be a bit late at the game on this one, but let's see if we can get a fill. Slightly aggressive entry there. This is a quite low price, but got some skin in the game. Still a level of risk I'm comfortable with, so got a 6 overall net stake. I'll leave that one in. Should it move up a bit more? Moving up the partial exit. Just sensible support areas, so if the price does come back down into it. Put another closing order there and then leave one order, so if this does move down, so we can get another fill on this. 7 minutes off. So if it does move down like rapidly, then I'll have two, at least as it is now with 6 net stake, I'll have 2 partial fills and then another kind of £2 stake to play with. So Fruit Shoot's saying, I'm just going to concentrate on this and I'll read that. 6.5 to go. I do like this movement here. I like the way it's found resistance and pulled away, but it is, so it's worth at least holding on to. So some nice signs of bearishness. It has gone adversely against me. It's moving higher again. So 6 minutes to the off. What else can I see that is proving? See, the lag in these, that's already broken resistance. You can see there, I knew it had already happened in the charts, but my chart in the ladder, sorry, but the charts were just slow updating. So just need to handle this now, or assess what's going on. Still feel like it could be moving into resistance at these previous lows that were support, but just can't be as optimistic on the price breaking to make new lows. I mean, this hasn't broken support as of yet, which is good. If that breaks those lows, that just means this position is likely to get even worse than it is already, and it is running away on me.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
And you can see, look at this complete change of dynamic. This position, oh shit, it's an 8 position. Fuck. So I need to start thinking about thinning some of this out. Some definite lessons to be learnt today. Just proof they're not really ready for the big league just yet. But hey, oh god, have to be the mug now. Selling back at the or buying back at the top. And you'll see as well, when there's typically those kind of erratic moves, there can be knee-jerk reactions. So it will jump and then reach an extreme and then pull back. But I just need to, I mean, it's almost exponential. Fucking, it's not quite, but I mean, it's a very steep gradient that it's just taken off at. Just on the wrong side of it. But again, another heavy loss on the day. So, so Fruit Shoe 82. So, makes sense as a. So saying it makes sense as the last market was an Irish race, hence less liquidity and less violent price movements. Presumably same as evening markets, not as much money being traded. No, in fact, the evening market. So the Fruit Shoot 82 is saying that the evening markets presumably have less liquidity. No, I found that they've got, like, I think there's like been a few Cheltenhams, and you know, I don't know all the names, but they've been like typical volume, like 80 grand upwards with, and you know, with a good chunk of time before the off. So they are liquid. Really liquid, but yeah, it's, I don't know. It's just, I guess, worth investigating a bit further. But in terms of today's trading, yeah, that's another loss that I've chalked up. Again, no massive damage in the grand scheme of things, but it's just another wake up call that as of yet, until I can have some kind of consistency, there is no point putting more money into this for me until I can see some improvements. Because as Fruit Shoot 82 is saying as well, like the strike rate at the moment is really, for me, is what's important. Just being more consistent before I can think about, all right, let me change up the position. Oh shit, cancel. What the fat fingers. Almost cost me even more money just hovering over shit and pressing it. So yeah, no, I'm going to chalk today up as a loss. Again, warts and all, man, publish wins, losses. I'm not about cherry picking all the wins and photoshopping shit. Everything here is here to see, and that is in my opinion, the beauty of trading. There is no hiding. You can't, like, you can lie to other people about, you know, how good or bad you're doing,
start in 60 seconds.
But you can't lie to yourself. If you're fucking up on trades, it's there in your trading statement. If you're over leveraging positions, it's there in your trading statement. This is public record here for pretty much everyone to see. But again, this is mainly for my own record keeping, so it's there for me to see. And I definitely think there's some good learning experiences there for today. There's at least 4 trades that I've fucked up and lost money on.
This event starts in 30 seconds.
But yeah, I will look back on those and be back again tomorrow just to go at it again and see how I can improve going forward. But yeah, appreciate anyone who is watching this back on YouTube or anyone who's watching now on stream. And see ya. Sorry, here on Twitch. Mixing up my words. Bloody hell. But yeah, be back tomorrow. See you all. Bye.